podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I don't want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I know my job. I know my situation. I don't want to fight.
Production.
But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, that was the Mace theme. Yeah, I know. Matt's little musical dog ears went up and head tilted side. I was like, wait, I heard that before. Yes, that was a throwback to Mace. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another on-demand edition of the Boxing Voice. What does that mean? That's on demand. You guys are not HBO and Showtime. Well, yes, we are. We're on demand. You can get us when you want, how you want. Your way, kind of like Burger King, right? So Shout out to Sam Gilly from Norwalk, Connecticut, who paid for this on-demand show. And the particular topic is on Deontay Wilder. He wanted us to discuss for half an hour and accept calls, discussing how can we make Deontay Wilder the pay-per-view star. That was the gist of it. So let's see if we can make some sense of it. Let's see if you guys can give us your thoughts as to what Deontay Wilder needs to do to become a pay-per-view star. And Sam's actually on the line, FYI. So we will begin to you, Sam. Let's go out to the Golden State, home of the Hipster Hunter, and get this thing going.
Dala DiBiase Production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it? Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
BoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope to a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here, haters beware. And I know Deontay Wilder is a guy that usually gets a ton of hate. So I definitely can empathize and connect with you, Deontay Wilder. I understand your plight. The haters are out there, but they should beware because there's an argument that Deontay Wilder can become a pay-per-view star. And I think we're obviously going to delve into that because that's the topic of the show. But there is a path out there. And I think it's the one that is almost obvious, though it is quite difficult. And it's not a guarantee. But I can't wait to chop it up with you, Ness, Mr. Doomy Doomsday, Mr. Doomy Lemieux, and the rest of the callers. And obviously, Sam Gilly. Shout out to you, Sam from Connecticut. Huge shout out to you and thank you to you. On-demand shows, I think, are fun. I mean, I did an on-demand show once before I was a panelist. So I always love going back to these and giving back to you guys. So it should be fun. Can we chop it up?
It should.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Nippy. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
Yeah. Alex Doomsday Line is back on the panel with Matt and Ness. We're talking about the champ today, Deontay Wilder. Can he become the next pay-per-view star? Or can we make Deontay?
Or how? How? What do we have to do?
A couple of questions are rising from that question, though, Ness, because one of the questions I got is that is pay-per-view really on the rise, or is it on the decline? You
Is
know
it
what I
the
mean?
correct route for Wilder to be going?
Yeah, like, do we really want, to say we need to make him a pay-per-view star when, pay-per-view, with these fights being shown everywhere now, I think the pay-per-view right now, it's on the decline. So
Dying model.
Do me.
So
Thinking
yeah.
shit.
Do me. I love the nuance right there because it is true. Like there's an argument there, absolutely, but it's on demand show, and the argument is, or the question is, how to make Deontay Wilder a pay-per-view star. And let's be honest, if you are a pay-per-view star, even in today's age, with the decline of pay-per-view, which we all agree is there, you can still make so much more money than you can in network deals. Look at what Canelo is making on the back end on pay-per-view. It was reported that he got somewhere around like $3 million for the Khan fight, and then on the back end through court documents, we found out he made over $26 million for that fight. So pay-per-view business is big if you're a pay-per-view star.
So you're saying that these boxers can actually still benefit a lot from pay-per-view
if they can become a pay-per-view star? Absolutely.
So how do we make Wilder a pay-per-view star, Matt? What do we do?
Tell us, Matt. Tell us. Actually, let me start the clock. Shit, because I didn't want Gilly to be paying for intros. So, 30 minutes. How do we make Deontay Wilder a pay-per-view star in 30 minutes?
In 30 minutes? Well, I have the whole 30 minutes.
No pressure, Matt. No pressure.
Deontay Wilder obviously has to win the big fights. So that means Anthony Joshua. That means Joseph Parker. That means Tyson Fury. That means maybe a David Haye. It means those guys. And then obviously potentially the next generation of guys. So if like a Daniel Dubois comes up along the ranks and becomes a UK star, the next generation in a sense, that's another guy he needs to beat. Hypothetically, if he beats every one of those guys, he will absolutely transcend the sport of boxing, in my opinion. We already see it slightly. We already see that he can go viral. We already see that potential is there, that Deontay Wilder holds that viral sensation factor. We saw that with the Bermane Stiverne win. We saw that with the simple one-chip challenge. I think if Deontay Wilder...
What is your definition of viral? Those numbers are not in a million. I need at least 1 million for it to be viral.
I'll put it this way. I know for a fact big-name celebrities posted the video of Bermane Stiverne getting knocked the fuck out.
No, yeah, all sorts of videos came out from that knockout. I mean, I'm pretty much, if you combine all of them, it's over 1 million views.
That is going viral. That knockout was. We had people post memes of Stiverne in that way and shit like that.
I think you're right on that.
Absolutely. So if he can do that against Bermane Stiverne, imagine if he knocks out, let's say, Anthony Joshua in that fashion. Let's say Tyson Fury in that fashion. Let's say he knocks out all these guys in that fashion, and he does it on primetime television. It's an easy way to catapult yourself to stardom and superstardom, mega stardom.
Matt, I think it's unfair to you to say if he fights Anthony Joshua and knocks him out in that fashion, he's a star. Like, that's obvious. I think Gilly wants to know how to make Wilder a star, not fighting Joshua. We all know if you fight and beat Joshua, you're a star. How do you become a pay-per-view star on your own? How do we make him a pay-per-view star? Like,
he's always kind of had like that.
I don't think hold on one moment. I just don't think that our listeners are, I think that they are knowledgeable enough not to want to pay for us to tell them, oh, Deontay Wilder needs to fight Anthony Joshua and he's a pay-per-view star.
So who else is off the table then?
Well, this is the thing, right? Like, who's that?
Hold on, very quickly, do me. Is Tyson Fury still on the table?
I mean, we have to stay within the realm of reality. So Tyson really isn't. I mean, he's not necessarily in shape to fight.
We don't have a time frame for when to make him a pay-per-view star.
I mean, the question's being asked now. I think we have a new calendar year starting. I think we pose it to the year.
There's a new look. What's in front of Deontay Wilder right now? King Kong, right? And if that happens, and he's able to beat King Kong in good fashion, I mean, look, we're always looking for the next opponent for Wilder to quote unquote solidify himself, right? But we don't know if they're going to give him the credit even after that guy.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Are you trying to insinuate that beating Luis Ortiz makes you a pay-per-view star?
I'm saying that he's nailed enough nails for him to at least get the credibility finally, you know, because King Kong is no slouch, and he's the boogeyman. You know, he's a scary guy and all that. And I'm not saying that the guys that Wilder fought in the past weren't good competitors, you know, dogs or whatever you want to call it, you know, real good, tough fighters or whatnot. But you know, a guy like King Kong, he has that, he has that crowd, he has that aura around him, and I think that beating that guy, it's gonna definitely catapult his stock. I mean, we know this.
It won't do pay-per-views. I mean, not that fight, but it won't catapult him to pay-per-view them or stardom.
Well, he's already on track for that, right? He's already on track for that. Because I mean, well, the reason that I say that he's on track is because obviously him fighting Joshua is always being spoken about. It's always being talked about and negotiated. So
what else? Just to add to that point, hashtag. If you hashtag either one, they're attached to each other. You can't search Anthony Joshua hashtag without bumping into Wilder and vice versa.
These guys are destined to see each other just like David and Goliath saw each other, bro. There's no way around it. Unless I don't see nobody beating these guys besides themselves.
Matt, quick question, kind of piggybacking off of Doomsday, a little earlier topic on the Luis Ortiz thing. We seen Vasil not necessarily get the credit, also, discredit himself for the win. Many fight fans all of a sudden Rigondeaux is 40, 45. Are we going to hear the same thing if Wilder beats Ortiz? Just to add the nail on the coffin to Doomy's point about maybe a possible, I know it was a little far-fetched assumption, but it did sound like he was insinuating that a win over Ortiz could make him a pay-per-view star, and I just think differently, and that's my reasoning behind it. Do you agree?
It's not only that, because I do agree with that. That you're if Wilder dismantles Luis Ortiz in a very dominating fashion, in a quick fashion, you're gonna get a lot of people, sort of saying Luis Ortiz is old, he's Cuban. You know how those Cuban boxers are. They're 45. Like we get that every time that happens. But I don't think that's gonna be the reason why it's not a transcending fight in the way that maybe Doomy hopes it would be. I think it's because Luis Ortiz is not known. But beyond the people that listen to this show, who really knows who Luis Ortiz is?
Let me just interject real quickly, Matt. Don't you think for the recent activity that's gone on in King Kong's life right now, you don't think that he's gotten some attention? We're not talking about him 2 years ago or a year ago. We're talking about him right now, him being relevant, even negative attention. Like Trump said, no, there's no bad thing as there's no such thing as bad press, right? As long as you're being relevant. He's been relevant.
Yeah, you're quoting Trump. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
No, I understand Doomy's logic that, hey, it's still negative press. He's been in the media. Like, does that do anything?
Like, he's become like sort of like the bad guy. You know what I mean?
But again, Doomy, I think that's all within a bubble. All that chatter is all within the boxing. It's not outside of it.
I'll piggyback to your point, Matt. I mean, because this is more up your alley, right? And you can, I guess, give people the backstory. Deontay Wilder probably did something that you would have maybe campaigned for him to do. I don't know what parade or march it was, but he and his girl were at some sort of political thing somewhere, even on Instagram, while being there. And that didn't help,
I mean, I did a huge sit-down interview with him, and we covered a ton of topics. One of them was police brutality. One of them was Colin Kaepernick. All that hot topic issues, right? And that was one of the lowest viewed parts of the video. The parts that were the highest viewed were the Anthony Joshua parts. So, unfortunately, while I do agree that is if I'm his PR team, I'm definitely pushing that angle. Just to be honest, even though that may seem disingenuous, just to be honest here, I'm pushing that angle if I'm his PR team.
Well, let's compare.
I don't think
what angle is that?
The liberal social justice warrior, protesting against the current government, police brutality, like that angle.
Does that make him a star, though?
It can make him well known, but I don't know if it can make him pay-per-view star.
Has there been any other boxer historically that's gained some sort of popularity based off politics?
Obviously, Muhammad Ali is
perfect example right there.
But I also more recently
is it though? His name was popular on its own.
But Muhammad did a lot of political things. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean, I guess we're both right. I'm just saying it's kind of a cheap.
But again, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
How do
Another example, very quickly, for a social issue, a boxer speaking out for it and getting fame from it in some sort. Jose Ramirez. Ramirez has pushed for the water issue and the drought issue in California, and he has definitely gained a cult following because of it. I'm not saying it's transcended anything, but before Guillermo Rigondeaux and Lomachenko fought, that was the second highest viewed fight, was Jose Ramirez versus Mike Reed on ESPN, behind Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn.
Really quick on the check-in in our YouTube chat. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. This is an on-demand show. Shout out to Sam in Connecticut. This is not his first rodeo. Supporting the Boxing Voice while at the same time getting out his topic the way he wants it. He wants phone calls, so we will get to him. Quick from the chat from Larry in San Francisco. He says, getting in the mainstream media makes you a star, no matter how you get in there. We're coming up to the 20-minute mark. I think we should bring in Sam and just make sure that we are relaying what it is he wanted his show to be properly in the first 5 minutes. Sam, first and foremost, thank you for purchasing this on demand and getting us to work, knowing that me and Matt and Doomy love it. What's going on? How was your day? And I guess get right into it. Let us know if we're doing this correctly. And what is your method that you would give Deontay Wilder to make him a pay-per-view star?
What's going on? I think that just like doing more mainstream, I think he's on his way, but you have to appease casuals to become a pay-per-view star. And I feel like the one-chip challenge, the knocking Bermane Stiverne out, I had friends calling me like, hey, who is this Deontay Wilder guy? Man, is he like Tyson or whatever? And I'm just like, yeah, man, it's Deontay Wilder. He's knocking people out. He's doing what people wanted Floyd to do, knock people out. So, I mean, I feel like he's on his way. He just got to, keep appealing to mainstream. And I feel like if he took a fight, I think you all mentioned it before, if he took a fight to Atlanta, Georgia, I think that would help him tremendously.
Sam, how about this one? Coming in on the check-in in the YouTube chat. Shout out to this comment. I know I'm going to probably get some hate for it, but I kind of agree with Basil, not Vasil.
Oh, I agree with that one too.
I agree with Basil Lomachenko. Shout out to No Mas. They need to put Deontay Wilder on Love and Hip Hop. Sam, I'll let you, give your opinion on that first, and obviously I'll dive into that one. But what do you think about Basil saying maybe Deontay on Love and Hip Hop?
I really don't watch Love and Hip Hop,
okay.
But I mean that probably would work. I feel like appeasing to the hip hop fans. Like I feel like Broner could sell, pay-per-view buys. Probably not a lot, but all my casual fans, they all know Broner.
Yes.
And I wouldn't suggest Deontay Wilder doing like the stupid things he do, but I feel like it's a heavyweight, it's American, and he's knocking out everybody he fight, regardless of you saying bombs or whatever. No other fighter has done that.
All right, Sam. Well, we're gonna come back to you. He doesn't watch Love and Hip Hop, Matt. But to be fair, Sam is a recruiter. Probably, I think he's for the Navy or something like that. No time, maybe not the Navy, maybe Marines. But I'm gonna have to bring him on now because don't they get offended by that? You can't be tell one that's in the Army, he's in the Navy.
You better know whether it's hoo-yah or hoorah.
Sam.
Marines.
All right. Thank you. So I don't know. I almost feel since he didn't know, like since he doesn't watch Love and Hip Hop, I almost feel like I'm dumbed down by watching it and also thinking that it was a good idea.
Why?
No, it's still.
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. I think that he can get some really good exposure. The problem is, how does he get on Love and Hip Hop? Multiple episodes, already having a pregnant love interest. It's he doesn't rap. How is he gonna get there? What's
No, he could come off as one of the friends to one of the main characters in Love Hip Hop. He doesn't necessarily have to be the main one. They come along and ever so episode or whatnot. But who knows? As long as they got him in front of the camera, besides boxing, I think he could get exposure in whatever he chooses. I guess his image to be portrayed as.
Ness, is Safari on Love and Hip Hop still?
He is. And on New York now. Safari's so popular they took him from LA to New York. But here's one little piece of statistic. Not that we can take it as gold, right? But I was watching another reality show that had. I wasn't watching the show. It was a teaser to the show, like how the commercial comes on for that particular show with Erica Mena and Safari. Funny you mentioned it. And they're in like this haunted house and it's reality TV and they have to sleep there and yada, yada, yada. But Erica Mena says, they're like, oh, why they want to get rid of you? And she's like, why? Because we're loving hip hop and we really get views and they're, black ink. They don't get views. So I'm just saying, like, if she's not going to say that knowing that everything a celebrity says is news. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Take a breath, Ness. It's okay. We love and hip hop. It's okay.
Yeah, I thought we were on OT. I thought we were on OT for a second, man.
Okay, Ness. Let me jump in here. Ness. It's okay.
Save us.
I think Love and Hip Hop or some sort of reality type show is awesome. I think that's an awesome idea.
Oh, I got an idea. His wife is pregnant. His wife is pregnant. Maybe he should sell his show to Bravo. And the whole the whole pregnancy thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Open him up to an entire different market because Bravo TV has nothing to do with sports.
And he should definitely go hang out with like Gucci Mane in Atlanta because that's
unless since he's African American, he tries to sell it to BET.
Is it too late? Is it too late for Wilder to adopt sort of like the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, like hate me and pay to see me lose?
No, it's not too late. Is
he too much of the good guy now? American dream. And
actually, no, that's the easy route. But we're trying not to use that one because all he has to do is Clubber Lane Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has a country, so that country will automatically hate Wilder. That hate will turn into buys, and he just has to win. But that's the easy route. We're trying to figure out a way for him to do it without Joshua.
Yeah, so, I think any sort of reality TV show is great. I think Love and Hip Hop is a great idea, to be honest. I know maybe Sam's not watching it, but there's definitely a lot of people that are still watching.
Millions. But
it has propelled so many stars. Look at Cardi B.
Yes.
Look at Safari. Like look at some of these people that have come out.
Everybody. DJ Self, like I mean, I knew I'm from Tri-State area, so I knew what Gwinnen was, and I knew and I heard him on the radio, but I never even knew what he looked like, and now I do because of that. But I think that he could also go the Beyonce and Jay-Z route. They sold their thing to HBO. He could sell his thing to Showtime, right?
Yeah, but then again, Showtime's still within that bubble.
Yeah, but it could be in a contract to let it out. It could be in a contract to let it out on YouTube after a week or so.
So what are we doing here? We're gonna maybe get Wilder into an acting career?
No. Because his wife is pregnant, do some sort of
does he do special appearances on some of the shows? Does he become a character of one particular show? Or?
No. If they give him his own show, like the Deontay Wilder and his girlfriend having a baby show on whatever network, that you see that all the time. Like
most definitely.
Those any popular couple, can get a show these days. That's the way that it works. But listen, all right, we're at the 12-minute mark. We got a couple of calls. I say we open it up, but before we do, kind of final thought. What is our individual best route? And we'll see who gives the best one. Matt, go.
Without Anthony Joshua, right?
Of course.
Okay. You have to simultaneously put him on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, get him featured at Gucci Mane concerts and 21 Savage concerts and Migos concerts. Make him do the radio tour, the late night tour. And then maybe put him in featured movies, like a Black Panther movie would be amazing. Obviously, that's a little bit maybe too late, but something along that ilk. A Luke Cage TV show cameo. You know, you do stuff like that. And then you hopefully he knocks out Luis Ortiz in devastating fashion and maybe gets a Dylan White fight in the meet. And then maybe something's there.
Isn't Wilder's girl
a lot of
on
babies on yours? No, Doomsday. You got to give your direct plan. No more questions.
No, it wasn't a question. It was a quick statement. Is Wilder's girlfriend or wife in WAGS Atlanta?
No. It was just a feature. And
Okay.
it seems like whoever put her on the show, I don't know, wanted some more recognition. It was like I seen a big thing on the social media about it. But yeah, you're up.
Okay, so how do we make Wilder a bigger star? I mean, PR. You got to. You could put him into so many things. A show, commercial, political. Don't know what route their team and would want to take him. You know, obviously it's just to get him more exposure outside of boxing, to get those casuals and those other people's interested in his character and who he is more than just a boxer. So yeah, just marketing him outside of boxing a little better. Get him more involved with certain events.
You guys made this too easy for me. I win. Wilder needs to go to the United Kingdom. Whether it's signed with Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren, preferably with Eddie Hearn because it's easier. But he would automatically be a pay-per-view star. See, there wouldn't be a need for Love and Hip Hop. Wait.
So,
I didn't interrupt you guys.
No, real quick though.
We are interrupting you.
Yeah, we thought that it was American pay-per-view star. I mean,
All right. You're right. It can be. Even if you want to distinguish that, I'm not done with my route.
All right.
All right. So here we go. He signs to Eddie Hearn. He's automatic. His first fight's automatically pay-per-view. You know it. I know it. Whether that be with Derek Chisora, whether that be with Dillian White, it doesn't fucking matter. They could put him in there with David Price. His first fight is pay-per-view in the UK. Once he gets the first one, you pick your guy. Do you want Chisora next? It doesn't matter. He's gonna knock out 5 people, 6 people, then come back over here. Whoever he fights over here, even Big Baby Miller over here, after already defeating in the United Kingdom, whatever first fight you want to give him, whether that be, again, David Price, Derek Chisora next, it just got to end in Dillian White, right? And maybe one other guy, whoever you can find that is decent level. He still doesn't have to top off in the United Kingdom with Joshua, but he needs at least 3 fights in the UK, like Luis Ortiz did.
That's a lot of maybes.
No, I ain't never used the word maybe. That's easy.
3 fights is a maybe. You're saying maybe he wins every fight. He has to win every one of those fights.
I gave you the victims, bro. Derek Chisora, David Price, and Dillian White in that order.
How's it any different than us saying, hey, he maybe has to beat this guy?
No, man. No. Those guys, listen, those guys, if he fought those guys now, we wouldn't want it. But if he goes over there, he stays over there, he trains over there, he fights over there, 3 straight fights, they're going to love him for that. He's going to take out Glassy, David Price Chin, then Derek Chisora, top it off with Dillian White, who was with the public once. Believe me.
But I don't think none of those fights are going to happen before he gets to AJ. And once he gets to AJ, he's
why wouldn't they happen? If you're Eddie Hearn, you want him to fight everybody except AJ. You're building up the big fight. Are you?
But they're trying to have the AJ fight for 2018. So how many?
Not
fights
if you
is he gonna
sign
fight?
Eddie Hearn. Not if you sign Deontay Wilder. Not if you sign him. You got the rainbow and the pot of gold if you sign Deontay Wilder. All you got to do now is.
Jimmy, that was the worst rebuttal. Come on. First off, how does 3 fights in the UK against no names in the US make him a US pay-per-view star?
You're talking to me or Ness? I didn't say that.
No, I'm talking to Ness.
Because the UK, I'm telling you, because the UK pushes their fighters harder. The media, everything, Sky Sports, the Mirror, they're all over. They're all over. And not to mention Matchroom and their social media and the push that they do.
Well, the pay-per-view buys are a lot more popular.
Hold on. And over here, the Americans are going to be upset. Fucking Deontay Wilder left. People on ESPN gonna be reporting, damn, Deontay Wilder just killed David Price.
Maybes. That's a lot of maybes right
It's
there.
not a maybe.
No, it's not a maybe.
Your only American heavyweight lead.
Oh,
Let me finish my storyline.
In reporting on Wilder Price, come on, man.
Let me finish my storyline, dog. If your only American heavyweight leaves this country upset, how many interviews has he done where he says, if I was from another country, people would love me. They would be backing me. America don't back they fight. If he gets up and leaves upset and goes to the fucking United Kingdoms and start destroying their guys, they will love him. They will adapt him. And when he comes back, he will be more marketable. You know it and I know it and Daniel Jacobs know it. Why you think he signed to Eddie Hearn?
It doesn't make him.
No, listen. One reason that I could agree with you, Ness.
A ton of maybes. That's a ton.
One thing that I could agree with you, Ness, is that he would probably have much success in the UK market because the pay-per-view out there is very, very successful. I mean, you get a $20 fight, $25 fight. You know, you get a lot of more buys out there than you do here in the States. So,
yo, look at this guy in the chat. I'm gonna make a little bit. I'm gonna bring light to you, my friend. People are gonna know your name now because you want to tell me to shut the fuck up with this dumbass comment. Hey, yo, okay. Shut the fuck up, Ness. That's irrelevant. Eddie Chambers left, and he means left America, and fuck all happened. Exactly. Eddie fucking Chambers. Look, no disrespect to him, but we both know he can't punch. Wilder's going to go over there and put people in boxes, man. Stop it. Silly Billy ass. You're not allowed to write any more comments, at least for 20 minutes, you weirdo. Hey.
It still doesn't translate to the U.S.
If it doesn't translate to the U.S., Matt, Mr. I'm a fucking hater, why the fuck is Anthony Joshua translating to the U.S.?
Because they're pushing him.
Man, come
what
on.
What am I saying, Matt? You're losing right now. You're like a sinking ship. Your leg is tied around the anchor. You're going down. I'm trying to say
Wilder's doing better numbers than AJ anyways in the U.S.
But he's not sold a pay-per-view. He's never seen $20 million. He's never seen a guarantee of 20.
That's the UK market.
You're losing. You're losing.
There are two different markets here, Ness.
And where am I trying to send Wilder? To the market that's giving him $20 million. Stop it. Stop it.
My argument is that your path to pay-per-view stardom does not equal U.S. pay-per-view stardom.
I'm telling you that it does.
Let me finish. It 100% equals UK pay-per-view stardom.
No, it equals. Listen, it equals American pay-per-view dollars. You know why? Because for Joshua, it equals American pay-per-view dollars. When he comes, it's going to be American pay-per-view dollars. And listen, hold on. And Deontay Wilder is going to build his popularity, his resume, and his marketability in the UK. And the fighters over here now they're going to be calling him out because he's worth it. Don't you get it? It's risk and reward now. Same way, how is it good for Joshua in the UK, but it won't be for Wilder? And it's gonna build the fight even more because it's gonna be two giants in the same country. That country is gonna be demanding that Anthony Joshua and Wilder fight each other.
That country,
dude. But it's gonna transcend. It's called media, but it's all right. It's all right. Listen,
hey, one thing that I didn't mention to you guys. We didn't mention is how about attaching yourself to a huge brand? I mean, AJ has a huge brand that a huge brand.
Under Armour. He
has Under Armour. So you know you got to take that into account as far as marketing him. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's not just his immediate boxing; it's the brands that he's attached himself to that have elevated him to that. You know, how do we make Wilder, you know, associated with those huge or maybe brands that are just going to solely concentrate on him? Because AJ, I mean, Under Armour has pushed AJ a lot. You know, I mean, they have a whole bunch of athletes on their list, but they've really pushed AJ.
Shout out to Jump Tube. He says it may or may not, Ness, but it is a good chance to take. And also shout out to KODH TV with a euro super chat. We appreciate it. His message is Wilder shouldn't look for people to love him. He needs people to hate him, like Mayweather. That way he will get pay-per-view buys and play the villain. I just don't understand how Matt doesn't see that if you go to the UK and build your marketability, the people in the US, the fighters in the US will be calling. Like a fight, you're going to tell me a fight with Big Baby Miller and Wilder isn't bigger if he gets bigger over here? I mean, you know what? Don't even answer that. We ain't got enough time. It was only a 30-minute show. I want to get to some callers. We're gonna get to Sam first, and then we'll start the clock and we'll put it on drive by for them. Sam, what do you think, Sam? Your topic definitely has gotten us riled up. We're going back and forth. What do you think? Who had the best route for pay-per-view status?
Y'all all had some good points. I mean, you know, the love of hip hop, that's appealing to mainstream, even though I don't watch it. Going to the UK, I'm not sure if like a lot of people around here know Anthony Joshua. Some people know, but I don't think a lot of people know Anthony Joshua around here.
All right.
So, I'm not sure who has the best route.
Well, all right, Sam, we're going to get to some of your callers here and see what their best route is. Matt, hit the clock and take over, all right? We're going out to the sky. Actually, let me get to and the Bully out in the UK because you can't see him. Bully, you got 30. How do you make Wilder a star? Pay-per-view star.
All right, there's only one way you make Wilder a pay-per-view star, and that's by going the Shannon Briggs route, the Let's Go champ, traveling wherever Joshua go. He say, where you go, I go. Where you eat, I eat. Other than that, this nigga is a bum. He obviously sponsored this show, which is helping making him a bit bigger, so you lot talk this rubbish, but he terrible. He look like he learned how to fight in a bar. He a bum. He can never be a star. AJ gonna knock him the fuck out, and that is that. I'm out.
Wow. AJ, protect us. AJ, protect us. Matt, we going out to Suleiman Scala. Give him 30. Go. Drive by.
Yeah, how you doing? All we gotta do is get some good PR work. Get some good PR work. You know, pay a couple of money for PR work, and he don't have to even use the American market. He could go to the Israeli market. He could target African market, Nigeria, Nollywood, star in a couple of movies, try to see if he could touch something with Netflix, become like a star in Marvel movies. You know, he could glamour the situation.
Going to Amin. Oh wait, but Ness isn't here. We don't have your intro on me. I'm very sorry, but we're gonna go to you. Drive by.
Nah, it's all good. Listen, I'm gonna do it real quick for y'all. First of all, Alex, you're high as hell. Luis Ortiz is not no boogeyman. It's a good fight for Saturday night. Then the fight with Fury is a good fight for the afternoon, similar to a Joshua fight in the UK. The pay-per-view fight would be against Joshua. There are no more fighters for him to get any other pay-per-view fight, so he would have to fight Ovid St. Preux for another pay-per-view fight. That's my call, Matt. You're welcome.
He has to fight over St. Preux. He has transitioned over to UFC. I mean,
yeah, for all you boxing fans, that was a UFC fighter, by the way.
look, not so much that I say that King Ortiz is the boogeyman. I'm saying they're painting him off to be. You know, he's the guy. You know that can knock people out.
No one gives a fuck about that anymore.
Matt
from Alabama,
Randy Savage.
What up?
Okay, here we go, guys. 4 fights next year. 4 February, Luis Ortiz, Miami. May, Dominique Brazil, Atlanta. Big Baby, August, Brooklyn. And Dylan White, London, December. All on network TV except Dylan White. That's how you make him a star. Network TV.
See that, right? Network TV. Hey, I like the little emoji cup there. So you know they just gave us a route for Wilder to become a pay-per-view star, fighting guys in succession. Did you get that, Matt?
What do you mean in succession?
Like, you know, you fight this guy, then you fight this guy, then you fight the other guy. You know what I mean?
Everyone's been saying.
Oh yeah. I mean,
it's like
I thought Ernest said something about network TV, but
yeah, he's putting them all on network TV.
Already been doing that, man. It's not gonna work, bro. Yo, he's got to leave. The storyline, the publicist, Tim Smith, got to release statements. Wilder furious with Americans. relocates to the United Kingdom. Yo, every interview, like, yo, I film London. Let's just be honest, bro. Where would he get more views? And you know, and I'm being honest. Is it on our channel? Is it with Fight Hype? Is it with Fight Hub? Or is it with I Film London? I mean, I Film TV. You know, he goes over there. It's like a million hits on an interview that he sits down and he says, yeah, you know, America keeps turning their back on me. They don't want to get behind me. You know, I was a Dunkin' Donuts worker and I went and I tried to make something of myself and I didn't get gold, but I got bronze. And as a pro, I'm knocking everybody out they put in front of me. People said I ain't fighting nobody. All they doing is putting me down, so I'm leaving. They don't love me, I'm leaving. Yo, that's a beautiful storyline. He leaves with the fucking belt and he fights for another country.
So he moves to England? Like,
why not? Why not? Move over there.
Come on.
Why not? You don't gotta get citizen status. You could be a resident. You could be over there for a couple months. He could just stay for camps and come back. You know what I'm saying? Give the impression, you know, buy a flat, quote unquote, you know, do an interview from the. All right, fuck you, Matt. You're such a hater, man. Dave from Orlando.
My joke's off. Come on.
Yo. Hey, real quick, Ness, you crazy as hell with that. Go over and it's gonna transfer back over. Wilder's last fight got over 900,000. AJ's last fight on Showtime got over 200,000. You're not going to gain.
Wilder fought Stavern, AJ fought Takam. Stop it. Takam and Stavern are not on the same stratosphere.
Stavern has a name?
Absolutely. He was a world champion on HBO twice. Absolutely.
Yeah, but how credible has his name been after his loss? Huh?
And HBO is the channel. He has residual effect. Absolutely.
No.
He's still dripping HBO juice.
For the belt on Superman on Adonis Stevens' undercard. Stop it. Come on. The number one thing that he needs to do is continue his KO streak, and he needs to knock people out fast.
So, Matt, you being biased?
Cameo on a TV show.
Jay's your boy and shit. Oh, he did it to Jay.
Damn.
First off, to be fair, Jay, you were the one that clicked the clock on, so I thought you were going to hit the cut it. So,
ruthless, man.
Yo, plus
Jay.
interrupted him. So I didn't know.
Yo, I know. I thought at least with the interruption,
you know.
Yeah, I thought at least with the interruption, you was gonna blame it on me. Like, nah, Ness, I gave him more time because you kept cutting him off.
But hey, Jay, come on, we're both right. Ness is on some fuck shit right now.
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
He's crazy right now because this is exactly what you need to do. Is you need to do a cameo on a TV show. I agree with the Love and Hip Hop thing. Also, too, you need to fight in Atlanta, and primarily you need to get Evander Holyfield to take you on Good Morning America and just say, hey, this is the American heavyweight that I'm endorsing. That's all you need to do, and then you'll be a pay-per-view star as long as you continue that KO streak, knocking people out fast.
All right, Jay. You know, we keep saying Love and Hip Hop, but there's a bigger show in Atlanta that would attract maybe an even better demographic. That was said wrong. Bigger? I don't know. Whatever.
Wider.
He could get on Real Housewives of Atlanta through his girlfriend. Now that she's pregnant, marry her. Boom. She's a housewife. She gets introduced to all the other extravagant Atlanta housewives. He's always seen on a cameo. They catch him dunking in the backyard, playing, you know what I'm saying, being a dad in the pool, yada yada. I mean, I could do storylines all day. Just pay me, man. Anybody needs a publicist? Storyboards all day. Lionel in Vegas all night long, all night.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, real quick, man. That knockout thing is good, but let's be honest. He's a heavyweight champion, but he's black, and out here in America, they don't really athletes like that. You gotta be Lomachenko. Let's be honest. They ready to put him number one in the world. He only has so many fights. Come on. But guess what though? You're right. Go over, sign with Eddie Hearns, get those fights, play both cards, play the US and play the UK. He'll become a megastar. I guarantee you.
All right, Lionel. Thanks for calling in. Oh, what'd you say, Matt?
Before we go to the next caller, I just want to point out that Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson are two of the biggest pay-per-view stars of all time.
And never went to the UK.
Say it again.
That's what he's gonna say next. And
Mayweather and Mike Tyson are the two biggest pay-per-view stars of all time.
Of course.
They're both
the market was here.
They're both African American. I'm just gonna throw that out here. And the most well-known boxer of all time is Muhammad Ali.
Also African American.
And was
What
Muslim.
you trying to say? You're trying to say the black narrative is not good? Like, stop trying to
He doesn't have to travel.
I'm saying, I'll put it this way. If you
Ooh, no. Don't overlook what he said. That fucking hit the nail on the head. I mean, Muhammad Ali had trouble. Floyd had trouble.
Yes.
Well, Deontay allegedly choked a hooker in Vegas once.
I don't know if that's the same thing as
That's trouble. That's trouble, right? Because Tyson had trouble with the law. Floyd had trouble with the law. And they all had trouble with law and women.
Yes. They were all caricatures, unfortunately, in some sense. In some sense, they were for their time. Muhammad Ali was the character of a outspoken Muslim black man in the 60s.
And listen, Muhammad Ali's story isn't written or depicted on picture without showing that he was some sort of a, you look at it the way you want. I'm gonna say what society would say. I'm using air quotes, womanizer. I'm gonna say he was a fucking player. You know what I'm saying? He was my man.
You got to take into account
you know what I'm saying? But you watch any Muhammad Ali movie, he had like 7 girls.
You got to take into account the times that he lived in too. Those times were really.
But then we had Mike Tyson in the 80s and 90s. We had Mayweather in the 2000s. So like you can be an African American and be a megastar in boxing. We've seen it, and actually, there are more African American pay-per-view stars than there are white pay-per-view stars. Like if you think about it.
And the white pay-per-view stars aren't really stars, right? Lomachenko hasn't sold any, and Triple D did 170.
And bring up Ricky Hatton. Like he's probably the biggest pay-per-view star that's white.
But did he do his own pay-per-view, or was he always the B-side to Mayweather and Pat?
He was always the B-side, but I mean, still, that's an argument, maybe.
Oh yeah. So why, when we bring up Cotto, people are like, oh, but he was always the B-side.
Oh, Cotto's Latino.
Yeah, but when we bring him up as the 3rd biggest pay-per-view guy, they're like, oh, but he was like, he was the B-side.
Like Oscar's not white. So
he's Mexican. But anyway, we're going down to the black hole.
The rabbit hole.
Majid, you got 30. Drive by, go. How do you make him a star?
Hey man, I feel like, I don't know when his Showtime contract up, but if he gonna stay in the US, at least go to fucking HBO, because they hype the shit out of everybody, You mean? And I disagree with Matt. He could cut it early if he want, but it's like if he go to the UK, come on, man. As long as he take the right fight, everybody know he gonna be a fucking star. UK fans show all the love. US don't show shit. So that's all I got, man. Matt being negative today, but I mean, Deontay could do it.
Negative Nancy,
Matt.
I think
I'm telling you, Matt, the UK route is the best route right now, bro. And that's where the market is booming at anyway.
I don't think it's the best route. Come on, the American market is huge.
Best route right now.
What can we do to improve his marketability here in the States to keep him as our American heavyweight
champion? That's the thing. They're not embracing him. They're not embracing him as our. But guess what? You'll love me when I'm gone. Maybe you love me when I fade to black.
Nestor, let me give you one quick alternative without any UK involvement next year that might help him be a star. All the reality TV show stuff we've talked about, you put that in there. All the PR stuff, you put that in there, and you put Luis Ortiz, Dominic Brazil, and Big Baby Miller. Does that not do something?
It does something, but I don't know if he's a pay-per-view star.
Does that help out his U.S. stock more than going to the?
Of course, good fights are going to help his stock. Anybody will tell you that. Anybody who gets good fights, their stock goes up. Oh shit, Young Cantu crushing the LA area. What's going on? I heard you coming in a lean 198, man. They saying you're losing weight out there. How's LA treating you?
Yo, what's up? It's going good, man. I'm not that lean, but hey, man, this is a crazy topic because I've asked a lot of people in the sport about this. You guys are forgetting the biggest thing. Who is the worldwide leader in sports? ESPN. Why has Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith not talked about Deontay Wilder? He needs to make an appearance on ESPN First Take. But the fact of the matter is, man, ESPN has no invested interest in him, man, which is a shame. So that's kind of, Wilder was probably going to have to compromise his paycheck in order to get that fight with Joshua. But let's remember to the last notable champion, Hakeem Rockman in 2001. Did anybody know who he was before he knocked out Lewis? That's my point. I'll see you guys late.
Some good points, Aaron. I like that. You're right.
Definitely ESPN.
A first take appearance would do amazing wonders for Deontay Wilder. He would have
Come on, first take. I mean, it didn't do nothing for Gennady. It didn't do nothing for Gennady or Ward's pay-per-view sales.
Yeah, but there was a language barrier there. I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder could communicate a lot smoother.
Doomsday, I said Ward.
No, but come on, Ward. I mean, let's be honest here. Ward is like vanilla.
Ward was on Sports Center. He was
Okay,
on Sports Center first take. He was on all that shit.
great. But it's Ward we're talking about here, and
Personality.
his personality. Wilder has personality. Wilder has
Don't
charisma.
act like Ward don't got.
I'm gonna defend Ward. Ward.
Yeah.
Ward did an interview with Sean Zattel the other day, and it got 200,000. So what are you talking about? The personality?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like,
It's still growing. It's still
Online metrics do not equal mainstream pay-per-view.
Matt's always got an excuse.
Boom.
Yo, Matt. Outside of the Christmas present, I'm gonna get you another one so you can put right on your desk. Says Mr. Excuses. And the thing is, you know what? If I get you that, I don't know what to get fucking Doomsday because you're both full of excuses.
Damn.
Yo, he got us right there, man.
We'll get him back.
Two different. It's two different avenues here. Okay, so just like I said, the love and hip hop, get a couple shows in Atlanta, then you get big. You got the hip hop market that's huge. Throw in a Georgia Dome fight, then get you maybe a Nike endorsement and some kind of clothing endorsement like Calvin Klein. They like different people. He's tall, he's slim, he's black. They gonna love it. And you get people who don't even know shit about boxing is gonna like him. All of a sudden, Deontay Wilder, who the fuck is he? We gonna watch him. Maybe he gets $200,000-$300,000 pay-per-view buys. And we got a star.
Cincinnati Cobra, thanks for calling in on the check. And we going out to the ATL. Everybody's asking Deontay to fight in the ATL. Chris, talk to us.
What's good, fellas? This is a very interesting topic. Your last caller mentioned Deontay fighting at the Georgia Dome. Well, the Georgia Dome was imploded just 3 weeks ago. It was brought down. We have the brand new Mercedes. We have a brand new Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. And I think the problem with a lot of black fighters here in the United States is they're not promoted properly. I have no idea why these guys don't fight down here. We got a huge black middle class. We got black celebrities. We got black people with money who would come out in droves to see these guys fight. They need to stop fighting in Vegas and New York and all these small casinos. They need to get out here and fight. I'm telling you, if he wants a stadium full like Joshua, come down here to Atlanta. He'll get 40,000, 50,000 easy. Put up a picture of Deontay on the front of Mercedes-Benz Stadium with some promo shots of him knocking dudes out. He's gonna sell the joint out. Believe that. You don't need to go run to the UK. You don't need to do all of that. These guys need to activate the American market.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Listen, it's time to wrap it up. But the way that we'll wrap it up is this, man. You know, there's been a lot of people asking him to fight in Atlanta and more in Alabama. The problem is we're dealing with politics like always, right? And these casinos, they're paying better site fees. You know what I'm saying? They're giving out these big checks to the promoters, and how could they refuse that, you know? But Deontay has fought in his hometown. I've been at those press conferences. I hear the mayor saying, man, we did everything we could to make sure we brought this fight here. So it's going to take the city to move things around, to put together a good enough financial package so that Team Heyman doesn't go to a Vegas. But again, when Vegas is giving fucking Floyd Bugattis to fight in the MGM, pretty soon there's going to be a new version of Floyd. Maybe Wilder won't receive a Bugatti to fight there, but he'll receive $1 million or so couple of dollars, right, Matt? I don't know. There's been a lot of good suggestions to make him a pay-per-view star. I think the show was a success. Shout out to Sam.
Yeah, I mean, is that it? No social media, nothing?
Well, I mean, that wasn't really final thought. I was kind of, we got a couple of, it usually plays for a while,
We jamming right now. We jamming.
We just got a little music in the background. I'm lighting the joint right now. You know what I mean?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Don't worry about it.
Man, I think that DGG hat.
I definitely think that Atlanta's a market that's just underutilized.
Yo, that last caller said it, man.
Chris said it perfectly. Atlanta's
perfect,
a
bro.
huge emerging market with a huge middle class that is African American why not go there? Why not utilize it? And I'll put it this way: boxing overall has stayed away from Atlanta relatively. I would say. Like that's always been a market that they've never really gone to. Even in the cousin sport in MMA, I've seen maybe 2 MMA events, 2 UFC events in Atlanta in its history. It's a market that's not utilized, and I think it's a great market for African American fighters. So I think they should use it. I agree.
I think all markets, bro. It's just there's a lot of people out there, and they have a champion in the South. It's a great idea, man. And
Crawford do well in Atlanta, to be honest. I think he would. Terrence Crawford's wearing blouses like the Migos right now. I love it. So
I think our fighters just need to. Let me just stick to Wilder, right? I think he just needs to be better promoted within the country. I think Wilder, he promotes himself as the American champion.
Hold on. Where's my fucking soundbite right here?
Too late.
Yo, Fat Apples, you've technically came out the closet, right? Or officially came out the closet. Why doesn't Wilder do porn? Oh, you want to see that bomb squad, huh? You a little funny dude. And they talk about me. They talk about me being biased and I got Wilder's this and that. Yo, you talking about why he don't do porn? What you want to see Wilder do porn for? Wilder's not a girl, so you tell me how that sentence makes sense. It ain't crazy. Shout out to Fat Apples, man. You better be a girl, Fat Apples. I mean, look, with a name like Fat Apples, you might could be a girl, and our ratio in women keeps going up. It's like fucking almost 60% now. So Fat Apples, maybe you got some Fat Apples.
Fat Apples, you know.
you want a little bomb squad on them apples. I am your host, NestGTO. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
I'm Matt, the Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. My MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radio, is on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. And the new TBV podcast, Standing 8 Count, Patreon only show. Go to patreon.com/The Boxing. We'll see it. The second episode dropping within about 5 minutes.
We got the invite. You got the invite, Ness, or not?
No, it's post production. Don't worry, you got highlights, you got full fight footage on there. Don't worry about it. It's a fully suited, decked out show and podcast. I go Beyonce solo dolo, and second episode. I shouldn't say 5 minutes. It's uploads time, but it's done. It's in the can. It's just to be uploaded, and so tune in for that. And I'm Matt. I'm at Tips Hunter. Peace.
Yeah, don't forget to head on over to patreon.com/The Boxing Voice so you can check out my new car series vlogs that people are definitely enjoying. Plus, there's tons of other content. You can see Matt, do whatever it is that he does. Yeah. Do me?
Well, you can catch me on IG, Alex_Doomsday_Linez. That's LAINEZ. Facebook, Alexander Linez. And on Twitter, Alex Linez TBV. And yeah, Wilder, stay in the American market. We're gonna build them here. We're gonna knock out.
See how scared you guys are? I just suggested, and everybody, no, Ness, he needs to stay. He needs to go. You see, people are already getting scared, and it's just me pushing the narrative. He really packs up and leave. You guys gonna be like, damn, bro, damn.
Yeah, man.
We ain't got no heavyweights. We ain't got no American heavyweights that look anything like that. You could say he's bum. You could say.
I think the South got to stand up for their champ. They got him down there. They got to market him.
I mean, you could get behind Big Baby, but do you think Baby has a shot beating Anthony Joshua? I don't know. Anyway, we're out. Bye.